lights didn't have on. I was looking for it.
Parking.
From my end, I can put left on Folsom and right on Hazel.
That was her power, being able to encourage or discourage the president out of the public's ear.
Mrs. Carter was an advocate for mental health care, established the Institute for Caregivers, and both were big supporters of Habitat for Humanity, the nonprofit devoted to affordable housing. Chuck Sievertson, ABC News.
From California's capital city, now trending on KFBK, Sacramento's News Radio.
Well, there's good news when it comes to the I-10. It'll be opening ahead of schedule.
10,000 labor hours all told to get us to this point ahead of schedule. 8 days to get this thing open and operational. And that means, if you're doing the math, that this thing opens tonight. It will be fully operational tomorrow.
That's Governor Gavin Newsom. More than 250 people worked on this section of the freeway 24 hours a day after a fire last Saturday. Officials have also released a picture of a person of interest in the case. And speaking of the I-10, a grant program is being made available for downtown businesses that may have been affected by the Santa Monica freeway closing. Mayor Karen Bass says the program is being administered by the Los Angeles Economic Workforce and Development Department. That's it with the latest news. I'm Ryan Baker.
Now, Sacramento traffic.
Be aware in Vacaville, eastbound 80 before Leisure Town, that's a box blocking the left lane. In Luma, Sierra College Boulevard at Del Mar Avenue, a two-car crash on the shoulder. In Roseville, you're in slow motion, southbound 65 from Blue Oaks to Stanford Ranch. Stop and go traffic in Sacramento's got you running behind schedule, westbound 50 from the 50-99 split to 15th Street. It's a slow ride eastbound Cap between H Street and Cal Expo. And in Davis, you're moving slowly westbound 80 from Kidwell to Midway. Traffic on the 10s every 10 minutes, mornings and afternoons. Steve Herrera, KFBK News Radio, 93.1 FM, 1530 AM.
Now, Sacramento weather.
Clear skies for tonight. Breezy during the evening with a low 43. Plenty of sunshine tomorrow with a high 65. And sun and clouds Tuesday with a high 66. I'm AccuWeather's Gregory Patrick on KFBK, Sacramento's News Radio.
Building a better Sacramento. KFBK, Sacramento's News Radio.
What's up, California? If you're like me, you work hard for your money, and you want to know how to keep it safe. The best way to do that is by doing your own research. Here are a few of my tips to help you get started, like avoid spending or investing more than you can afford to lose. Avoid sending money to someone you don't know or haven't met in person. And finally, if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Protect your money by doing your research. Get started at dfpi.ca.gov/consumers. Brought to you by the California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation.
Fall is in the air and winter is not far behind. Hi friends, Christina here.
And Sam here. Time to pull up the sweaters and get your heating system tuned up.
For just $89, the experts at Velara will give your heating system a complete safety check and tune-up.
That's right, just $89. Makes sense in so many ways. Take care of your heating system now and avoid higher utility bills and expensive repairs later.
Not to mention peace of mind and a warm, comfortable home this winter.
The Arthritis Foundation's Jingle Bell Run raises money for adults and children with arthritis. It's the season's most festive event for a great cause. Get in your favorite holiday costume and run, walk, or stroll. Or cheer on others from the sidelines. Saturday, December 9th at William Land Park. Let's jingle together and spread the spirit of joy and hope. Be there with bells on. Sign up today. Go to jbr.org/Sacramento to register. That's jbr.org/Sacramento.
Kitty O'Neill, building a better Sacramento during the KFBK Afternoon News on KFBK News Radio.
The weekend talk show in America.
Armstrong and Getty. And now, here's Armstrong and Getty.
Welcome to the best weekend talk show in America. These are crazy times. We at the Armstrong and Getty Show do our best to document it for you without the left-wing media spin that is so annoying.
Yeah, not much to talk about. There's too much to talk about. We try to boil it down to the best and the most truthful stuff we can come across. By the way, if you like what you're about to hear, catch more of us, our podcast, Armstrong and Getty On Demand.
Israel fighting for its survival, fat communists visiting California. There's so much to discuss on the best weekend talk show in America. Dean dropped us a note in which he said essentially there are, complexities on both sides, and he's never really bought that. He's always made the distinction between Palestinians and Hamas. I was moved by your declaration of the fight for Western culture and all that is good in this world. When I heard the speech from the woman at the protest in D.C., that would be Ms. Lamis Deek, Palestinian activist. Hit us with 85, Michael. Okay, so the martyrs are going to give us freedom from the Western world and bring on Sharia law. That's what Dean was referring to. When I heard that, the prosecution of Americans for genocide, I was immediately convinced that there is no way to stay neutral. This really is a war for enlightenment versus Islamism, capitalism versus communism, relative good versus absolute evil. We cannot let these backward ideas take over the Western world. I would agree completely.
Yeah, the question in all those pro-Palestinian marches, like the 300,000 in London, how many of them are full-on, I support what Hamas did? Israel brought it on themselves, as I heard somebody actually say to me that day. Or they're just like Hamas adjacent, they just think they're helping out the downtrodden. We don't know.
The soft-headed victim oppressor view people, the 20-somethings, almost entirely. Yeah. If you still think that way and you're 30, God help you. Your head is soft. It is very, very soft. Everywhere you go. Pity you. But getting back then, you get me started on this. I could go on all day. But getting back to about Iran being the wellspring of all of this, and that brave young woman's speech making that clear. In the UN, we played that clip in which he asked all of the Arab nations, where are your Jews? You had 40% of your population was Jewish 30 years ago. Where are your Jews? You had 800,000 Jews in the 20th century. Where are your Jews? That was righteous and good. But anyway, Katie in LA writes, guys, thanks for your words of sanity in these chaotic times. I could not agree with you any more that this is not a fight over territory. It's a war against all Western values of democracy, justice, liberty, and life. Israel is just the front. I know this from personal experience as I watched the pro-Palestinian, pro-Hamas demonstrations, the shouting, the open hatred and anger. I can tell you where it all began. I was there for its birth, in Iran. I was a teenager when the Iranian Revolution happened in 1979, and I vividly remember the hundreds of thousands of demonstrators who called for the overthrow of the Shah, using very similar slogans to what you see being shouted against Israel today. Replace Israel and Jews with America or democracy, and you'll have the same slogans, shouting with the same hatred, same anger, calling for death and destruction of the Shah, who was perceived to be, and in reality was indeed, a puppet of the West, i.e. the U.S. I could go off on a tangent here about some of the dictators in the Middle East who are absolutely unsavory characters with unsavory regimes, but they're the bulwark work against religious nut jobs. In the same way that, some of the Central South American regimes in the 20th century were awful, but they're the only bulwark against a bunch of throat-splitting communists. So yeah, it's my bad guy versus your bad guy. But anyway, moving along. Most people know what happened. The stupidest president to sit in the White House, well, Biden may surpass him, he still has another year, told the Shah to leave. And now we know, based on released CIA files, Carter was secretly talking to Khomeini through back channels and got assurances, may he burn in hell forever and ever, that if the U.S. supports him to take over, he would remain a friend to the U.S. Apparently, he pinky swore, and our smart president at the time, much like this one, really wanted to make friends with Iran, took them at their word. You know how that friendship went if you watched Argo. Great movie. Very entertaining.
Oh, I've not seen Argo, and that is a good movie.
It's about trying to get Americans out of Iran during the revolution, the taking of the hostages era.
It's the Ben Affleck vehicle.
Yeah, it's absolutely terrific.
Okay, I'll have to watch it.
Anyway, more importantly, though, is my distinct memory of what Khomeini would say. This is the Ayatollah Khomeini, the first ruler of the Islamic Republic of Iran. My distinct memory of what Khomeini would say to the people of Iran on TV in Farsi, I'll never forget his words. Quote, "So far, our main export has been oil, but starting now, our main export to the world will be jihad." Everything you see today can be traced back to those words. Khomeini and his replacements have had one goal for the past 40 years, holy war. A war where the evil West, America the great Satan and Israel the little Satan, and their evil ways, women showing their hair in public, for example, will be replaced by the true religion of Islam, where gay people can be hanged from cranes in the middle of the street, and you can't have a glass of wine after work, or go dancing, or be caught in red nail polish. This is what these uninformed, naive children are chanting for. I hope they get a chance to go live in Iran or Gaza for a few weeks, and then express their utterly idiotic, nonsensical opinions. Sorry, this was a long HHWDTII. Here's hoping we don't turn into Iran.
Oh my God, that is the most... I don't know what acronym anybody's ever said.
That was the
heaviest yet hilarious acronym anybody's ever said.
Katie, I think I'm in love. That is to unleash a screed that powerful, eloquent, and historically important, and end with HHWTII. Oh, boy.
So that's it. That's it. There's your answer. It's interesting that she mentions that about Jimmy Carter being naive about the Ayatollah, and the Ayatollah, no, this is, we're good people, this is what we want. That's exactly what Josh Rogan is writing in the Washington Post today about Biden and she. That Biden thinks she is, and they're actually friends, and she cares about his feelings, and you can take his promises as true and that sort of thing.
Wow. The Judeo-Christian principles that made this country great make us vulnerable. We want to be good. And we have this fantasy that other people and powers and leaders around the world also ultimately want to be good. They may, through their circumstances, have to do some tough stuff, but they're like us. They want to be a good person. That is so freaking naive.
Yeah, I have trouble with that in my own personal life. I have trouble believing that, no, you wouldn't lie about that like that much. No, you couldn't. That couldn't be. It's easy for me to... where if I have a personal relationship for somebody to think there's no way they'd be trying to take advantage of me.
Well, it's time to wake up!
There's a poll out about what people's attitudes are about higher education. We have to get to later because it's really something, man. Has higher education taken a hit in, the polling goes back to 2015, but in that amount of time, that 8 years, it's amazing. It all... genders, age levels, education levels, everything. It's gone down so much. And they earned it. Absolutely earned it.
I would say so. I mean, like the number one thing being taught these days is a philosophy, a worldview so idiotic, so moronically oversimplified, it's hard to believe even a 10-year-old would accept it. The idea if you have more power, everything you do is evil. No matter how good, it's evil. And if you have less power, everything you do is good, no matter how evil. It's good. No, killing babies was good, and raping women was good. Yes, I claim to be a feminist, but raping women was good because the person with less power did it. I mean, seriously, it's like they've been brainwashed by a cult or the pod people from outer space or something. You're dealing with a person whose capacity for reason has left them. It's scary. It's like you come across a brute who wants only to inflict violence, a crazy street person or something like that. You realize that, Jack, you dealt with this. You realize, I cannot reason with this person on any level.
Before we get to, hey, Katie, the news lady. You know what's the most underreported story right now? Might be one of your headlines, Katie. Hope I'm not stealing one. You know what's the most underreported story, I think, in America?
Talk to me.
It's certainly the most underreported story in California, where we are. I-10 being closed for
for over a month in Los Angeles, one of the busiest freeways on planet Earth. It's because there was an accidental fire at a storage facility. Next story. Move along. Because of homeless people. Because of a homeless camp. That's not getting any coverage. I'm looking at the flames right now in the headline on MSNBC. I-10 will reopen in 3 to 5 weeks. First of all, closing down a major thoroughfare in Los Angeles for over a month is not a minor thing. But the root of the fire, don't just show the fire and talk about why did this happen?
Huge cover-up going on right now. Huge cover-up between the government officials and the LA Times. Nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see here. This really would hurt our narrative that the junkie camps are just the enclave of the poor, unfortunate, unhoused.
That is really quite amazing.
People are waking up slowly. Let's hope it's not too late.
Armstrong and Getty.
I'm Jack Armstrong. He's Joe Getty. We're the Armstrong and Getty Show.
Do you like to stay informed to know what's going on in the world? Then you can't stand the liberal media bias. We think we have the show for you.
Armstrong and Getty on demand. 4 episodes available every day.
You will be up to date. You will be informed. You will be entertained.
Sometimes we get mad about the news. Sometimes we laugh hard about the news.
Armstrong and Getty on demand.
Armstrong and Getty on demand. 4 episodes available every day
On the iHeartRadio app.
It's a fantastic podcast. Do you trust us, Armstrong and Getty? This is a great idea. Crave your favorite meals at your favorite restaurants shipped to your home. It's actually cheaper than menu prices. No delivery charges. Cheaper than dining out. No taxes. No tips. No extra fees. This is going to take over your eating life.
We're huge fans. Got a fridge full of craveable meals. Check it out at craveable.com. That's spelled crave, B-L-E.com. The word crave, B-L-E.com. Use the promo code AG25 for 25% off your first order. So good. Crave, B-L-E.com.
Are you ready for the holidays? Why not accent every room in your home with unique pieces found only at Naturewood Home Furnishings, on sale now during our holiday home sale. Savings are all around the store. Choose from hall trees, chairside tables, benches, curios, accent chairs, wine rugs, recliners, and so much more. What's on your perfect accent? Don't know the savings found only at Naturewood. Tell them Brooklyn Nova and Orion sent you.
The Arthritis Foundation Jingle Bell Run raises money for adults and children with arthritis. It's the season's most festive event for a great cause. Get in your favorite holiday costume and run, walk, or stroll. Or cheer on others from the sidelines. Saturday, December 9th at William Land Park. Let's jingle together and spread the spirit of joy and hope. Be there with bells on. Sign up today. Go to jbr.org/Sacramento to register. That's jbr.org/Sacramento.
Hi, Dwayne Knickerbocker here, president of Brower Mechanical. If you have an older gas water heater and live in SMUD service area, state, federal, and SMUD rebates now combine to allow you to get a new water heater installed with all costs covered. Yes, free. In over 35 years, I've never seen anything like this. Nothing out of pocket, and we'll do all the paperwork for you. Visit BrowerMechanical.com now for details before funding expires. BrowerMechanical.com. Terms and conditions may apply.
Celebrate Thanksgiving by saving on festive flavors at Rayleigh's in Bel Air. This week, enjoy amazing savings on a mouth-watering main course. Rayleigh's Grade A Fresh Natural Turkey, raised with no antibiotics ever, is on sale for only 97 cents a pound limit one. And your feast wouldn't be complete without delicious side dishes like mashed potatoes. This week, russet potatoes are just 47 cents a pound. Take-home savings on all your Thanksgiving essentials, in-store, online, or on our new app. Only at Rayleigh's in Bel Air. Life Source is the best whole home water system. It's Kitty O'Neill, and now's your best time to buy with the Life Source Black Friday sale. Save up to $1,000. Act now to take advantage of the lowest prices this year. Call 1-800-WATER99 or visit LifeSourceWater.com.
Warranty limitations apply.
Jim Gaffigan here with some more straight talk. Let's take a moment to appreciate our sweet children, loving grandparents, and eternal soulmates. Now let's use them to save money on wiring. Because with the Straight Talk Silver Plan, you get 4 lines for just $25 a month with unlimited data and no contract. So add those human bonds, loved ones, and save money. Thanks, Jade. You're finally worth it. Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart.
Get 4 lines on Silver Unlimited
$25 per line per month, plus taxes and fees. For data management practices